here we are.
I got lost and I didn't end up painting anything, but it was a nice walk. As I head home, I get this distinct feeling of being followed. I didn't really know that was a thing that actually happens, but it's hard not to notice when you see some movement out of the corner of your eye. I turn around and a sleek black cat stands in the middle of the road. It sits down when we make eye contact and thumps its tail testily against the pavement. It's got different colored eyes. I guess heterochromia really is pretty common in cats, huh? Should I, try to bring it to the cafe? They take care of strays there. I should try. I crouch down as slowly as I can and reach my hand toward the cat, beckoning to it. It doesn't move. I make those little smoochy noises that seem to work on cats sometimes. Come here. Come here, kitty. This one doesn't seem terribly impressed. It pins its ears back and it looks away, still for a moment before standing up and slinking into an alley. I guess I should just leave this to the pros. It's time to celebrate. I'm gonna wreck this pizza I grabbed from Pizza Lloyd's on the way home. Picked up a can of wet food for Mochi from the corner store as well. I figure we both deserve to celebrate. Mochi, get your fat lump out here. I have good news. No answer or indication he's even in the same room. You know, he never even asks how my day was. I know how to do this. I walk over to his food bowl and crack the lid of the wet food, and in a flash he's at my feet, tail shaking like a rotor behind him. Come here, you big moron. I give him a little scratch behind the ears before I dump half the can into his bowl and the feeding frenzy begins. He acts like I never feed him. Whatever. I'm about to go do the same to this pizza. Yeah. After a quick jaunt to free myself from the shackles of non-pajama clothing, I flop back down on the couch, dinner in hand, laptop in face. Oh, looks like there's a new jelly donut video. It's a video of her sleeping in a donut box. I love this dumb cat. She's always doing something ridiculous. I wonder how her owner gets her to do all these tricks. That flooring seems really familiar. Where are these filmed? I spend the rest of the evening picking through the video archives. I can feel myself sinking into the bread dough couch cushions. And good night, everybody.
Several hours later. Meow!
It's so early. Oh, what is your problem?
Meow!
I bet he just wants the other half of that wet food. This is why I don't get it for him that often. I excavate myself from the couch and do what I can to mitigate the bedhead situation I have going on. Hey, what time is it anyway? I grab my phone to check. 7:40? Oh, hell! I'm gonna be late for my first day of work. I take the world's fastest shower, but there's no time to dry my hair. I'll have to hope I run fast enough that the wind resistance does the job for me. No time to sort through my duffel. I gotta just throw on whatever looks clean.
I like that the duffel bag says sport bag.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
I never noticed that either. It's not like Graves said anything about a dress code, so Mochi trails me closely, howling more and more insistently along the way. It's like he doesn't care about my punctuality at all. No time to mix the wet food the way he likes it. I dump a scoop of kibble into the bowl on my way out the door. I haven't seen a cat so offended since the one that watched me mess up coffee. They can both just deal. Can't believe I'm almost late to my first day of work, at my first job even. What a great first impression to leave. Thanks for hiring me, Avery the Flake. I start out in full sprint to the cafe, but it's only like a 10-minute walk, so looks like it might not be as bad as I thought. If I run, I could make it in less time. We did it.
We did it.
Here it is. A cat's paw. I got a good look at it when I was here yesterday, but it feels totally different when it's your workplace, you know? It's kind of nice to think about.
Oh, hey, Avery!
Landry peeks his head out from the doorframe and waves me in. I'm surprised by how many people are standing around. Graves, Landry, and Hayes are there, but so are a few others I've never seen. I only see a few cats right now, but they seem utterly disinterested in everything we're doing. They're all piled up in a sleep cluster by the window. I feel a little embarrassed I'm so disheveled, but I'd rather be on time with wet hair than late and looking perfect.
Good. You decided to challenge the morning sun after all. Now that the star is here, we can start the show.
Still as weird as yesterday, I see.
Got another sucker, boss?
That's esteemed coworker to you, Reese.
You keep collecting these strays.
Before we get too far, everybody should introduce themselves to Avery. Avery, we've already met, and you know Graves. Did you meet Hayes yesterday?
Briefly. Hi, Hayes. Hi. He looks like he's gonna try to slip between the cracks in the tile. How does a guy like this handle a job that deals with people?
Hayes is a great barista. He's a great help in the kitchen, but he likes to spend a lot of time with the cats, too.
Hayes flashes me a quick look. The side of his mouth upturns ever so slightly, like he's trying to smile, but he's out of practice. I reach out to shake his hand, and he's practically bracing for impact. Before I reach him, a bright light flashes at the corner of my vision. Is that a camera?
Oh, sorry, sweetie. I thought I turned the flash off.
I whip my head to the other side of the line.
My real-ass gun! Oh no, I've been shot! Sorry,
Oh no!
That's the last real-ass gun reference I'm gonna
Game
make to this
over!
playthrough, I promise.
The girl on the end is aiming her phone directly at me.
Sorry, don't mind me. I just wanted to commemorate our new employee. I'm Finley. I take care of social media. I like Candid, so I'll try again later when you've forgotten all about me.
Finley is also...
Graves! Ah! Ugh. I know what you're gonna say. Don't ruin the surprise.
Graves lets out a soft bark of a laugh.
All right. You tell Avery whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
The two in the middle of the lineup look beyond unimpressed. One is the smart-mouthed guy, Reese? And the other looks like someone I would not want to mess with. Finley puts her hand on the shoulder of the tough-looking woman standing next to her.
Well, since she's not gonna introduce herself, this is Mason. She's our head chef. Or our only chef, I guess.
Well, it's nice to meet you both. Yeah. Finley reaches up and places her hand against the back of Mason's head. She pushes her hand forward, forcing Mason to nod. I'm amazed Mason is putting up with it.
Wow, that's the most you've spoken all day. She likes you already, Avery.
Mason makes a quick little noise that could either be a laugh or a grunt. Maybe it was both.
How kind of you to save the best for last. I'm Reese. I'm the one you'll be answering to after Graves, so you better stay on my good side.
I would have sworn Landry was second in command here, so I don't know what this kid's talking about. I didn't even see him at all during the interview yesterday.
I'm on cat detail today, but don't think that means I won't be keeping an eye on you.
Cat detail? Must mean taking care of the cats, right? Obviously. I'm learning so quick! I don't know why the second in command would be so eager about telling me he's gonna clean litter boxes today. I don't know, maybe it's a weird status thing. Ugh. I'll be on my best behavior then, I guess.
Good.
Okay, that should be everybody then. Avery, you'll be training with me today. I hope that's okay.
That's fine with me.
It looks like I'm no longer needed. I have other work to do. You know where to find me.
Graves slinks to the back of the cafe. I think I can hear footsteps on creaky stairs. Mason and Hayes disappear after him.
Avery, did you have breakfast? We're gonna have something to eat before we work if you'd like to join us. It's tradition.
That sounds great. I fed my cat, but I totally forgot to feed myself. Reese has already seated himself at the long booth seated along the wall. He scoots two of the tables together and Landry pulls over another chair.
Great, just sit and relax. Mason's just finishing up breakfast.
I move to take a seat, but Finley blocks my path.
Avery, before you sit down, I have a question for you.
Sure, what's up?
Okay, is that...
Her voice drops, almost conspiratorially, and she grows into a giant woman.
Enoch, check! Okay.
She leans in to whisper.
That's an Akia shirt, isn't it? He's my favorite too.
What?
Akia? From Blast Zone?
From what?
Look, you don't have to play dumb, I get it.
No, I really have no idea what this is.
I'm gonna miss Finley's dumb facial expressions. Her really, like, her vast array of facial expressions.
To be fair, Finley, I feel like, is probably... When you're like trying to bone down on other people, she's probably gonna be your biggest cheerleader.
Yeah, that's true.
She's probably gonna show up a lot regardless.
Just like, okay, when we're having the Mason kissing scene, I want you to just put her yandere face like slowly creeping
it just
and
like slowly creeps in
over the whole scene. Just like you're like, what is that? And as it comes, you start to see the eyes. You're like, oh no, it's the yandere face.
Oh no! Get out of here! Don't ruin this moment. No, I really have no idea what that is. Is it a show? Is this shirt from something?
Oh, no. Never mind, don't worry about it.
I just thought it was not today, Satan. I just thought it was a cool shirt.
I just thought it was a cool shirt.
Well, it is, but isn't it weird to buy things from games you haven't played?
Oh, it's a game.
Finley, are you gatekeeping me? Hold on. Whoa, this is way different from last time.
Yeah.
Look, I just feel like, you're kind of a fake. That's all.
You're just kind of a fake gamer girl.
Yeah, it's just, look,
I mean,
I don't know.
If you're a real gamer person, then you know what? Beat me in one-on-one combat right now. She pulls out a sword.
I'm sorry, do you know what happens in every single one of Akia's roots? Oh, you don't? Wow, it's like you haven't even played the game.
Oh my god, well, you're fired.
Do you even have the power to fire me? I do now.
I do now.
Bang, bang.
Baby. Bad end. I can't believe we got the bad end on the first choice.
Wow, it's so weird that she just murders us in front of everybody.
Wow,
I did not
crazy.
expect that from a bad
Crazy.
Finley route. Oh, well, I guess,
Game over. That was
Yep,
also
game
bad,
over.
everyone.
Bad end. Oh, it's a game. I play games sometimes, but I haven't heard of that one. I like a lot of retro games, so if it's new...
Oh, it's a different type of game. Anyway, never mind.
Now I'm curious.
No, it's okay. You probably wouldn't like games about boys fighting. Or maybe you would.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll lend it to you sometime. You can just if you prove yourself worthy, you
She's
can find
totally
out.
gatekeeping us.
I know.
I don't even want to play this game now, Finley.
Finley, you're ruining everything.
Yeah, God, you're the bad part of the fandom, Finley. Well, I'm not really sure what that involves, but sure.
Okay.
She gives me a grin and a wink and then takes a seat at the table next to Reese. I noticed somebody set the table while I was talking to Finley.
Mason and Hayes should be out in a minute, Avery. Come, sit down.
Sure. Where should I sit, though? What if there are some, weird unspoken rules about this sort of thing, and placing, and you never know with new groups. Landry answers the conundrum for me by beckoning to the seat between him and Finley. Quietly, I take the seat. Mason emerges from the back with a large tray balanced atop each hand. One tray is a giant stack of French toast, and the other is some kind of egg thing? Not sure.
Egg thing.
Looks amazing, though. Whoa. I had no idea how hungry I was until right now. She sets the tray down in front of us and then returns to the kitchen. I hope she gets back soon, because I'm about to be on that egg thing like mochi on wet food. Mason returns a few moments later, cradling 6 empty coffee cups in her arms. Hayes follows in tow, carefully balancing a carafe full of coffee. They set the cups and carafe on the table and then take their seats.
What's a carafe?
A carafe, it's like it's literally a fancy word for a container. It's like just a big thing of coffee, yeah.
Okay.
Hayes' butt barely hits the chair before the others start to dig in. I'm a little afraid I'll lose my hand in the fray if I try to jump in now, but I am just so hungry. Landry reaches out an arm from beyond a fortress of French toast slices. He lightly bats at Reese's hand as it reaches for the syrup pitcher.
Save some for Avery.
Jeez, calm down. You're the one stealing all the food.
I haven't taken any more than usual. Breakfast is important.
While everybody shouts and chatters across the table, I help myself to a bit of everything. I'm not used to eating a real breakfast, especially one that didn't come out of a microwave, so I am going to savor this. Oh, wow, this is amazing. Mason, what is this egg thing? Mason's eyebrow shoots up. She looks at me like I grew another nose. It's frittata. Oh, is that like a souffle? It looks like it would be really hard to make. Well, it's just eggs and vegetables in a pan.
Hey, Mason, you know what's really easy to make? Out.
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
And good end.
Scene. Good end.
We did it. Finished the game. Still, I know I wouldn't be able to make anything like that. It's really nice to have a real breakfast.
What do you usually eat, Avery?
Mostly cold pizza or toaster tarts, I guess, if I remember to get them. Mason glares like I knocked her plate on the floor. She stares directly at me, through me, with a hard look in her eyes. You eat here now, always. Can I still have pizza sometimes? Not for breakfast. Ever. I can hear Finley and Reese snickering. Okay, but other times are still okay? Right? Mason rolls her eyes and goes back to her coffee. Reese stares up at me between bites of French toast.
Avery, when we're done here, we need to talk about dress code.
Oh, Reese, don't get started on this again.
Shh, it's an important part of new employee orientation.
Landry passes a positively pained look at Reese. He glances at me, but a poke to the ribs from Finley sends him staring back at his plate.
Landry, you're such a mama bird sometimes. Lighten up.
Avery, look at this place. We take our visual presentation very seriously here.
Mason gives another grunt. Hayes places his empty plate and cup on Mason's plate and takes the stack into the back with the urgency of a tactical retreat.
Graves and I expect a certain level of decor with the waitstaff.
Is this about my outfit? I woke up a little late, so...
No, this is about uniforms.
Mason pushes her chair away from the table with enough force that it wobbles briefly on two legs. She stands and takes my plate in one fell swoop. Opening soon. It's time to get ready. She picks up the now empty cast iron skillet with one hand and balances a few of the other plates on top. Looks heavy, but she's holding it all like it's nothing. Come on. She stares me down and gestures to the back door with a head nod before she heads into the kitchen.
Don't think you can run off so easily, Avery. You'll get written up if you don't have your uniform. Help Mason in the kitchen.
Bye! I have things to do! Is Mason really the only chef here? Must be a lot of work. I bet she could use some help. Mostly I'm just grateful she gave me an out. Whatever Reese is planning, it doesn't sound like anyone but Finley cares for it. No thank you. I think Mason and Hayes wanted my help, though.
Fine. If Mason needs the help, but you're not off the hook for this yet.
Reese.
Oh, come on, Landry, don't look at me like that.
Something is definitely up. Whatever it is, I'm not falling for it. Well, I'll be back once Mason says I'm done. I quickly retreat back to the kitchen before Reese can delay me any further. Even though I work here now, I still feel like I'm trespassing on hallowed ground. I've never been in a restaurant kitchen before. Heck, barely in my own kitchen. It smells amazing, almost enough to make me hungry all over again. Hayes is at the sink, carefully scrubbing the iron skillet we used at breakfast. Looks like he's already got the dishes on lockdown, to be honest. Mason only spares me a glance. She's already back to work. Looks like there's a lot of it left to do. She dips a long spatula into a big metal bowl and heaps a glob of frosting on top of a cake. It's mesmerizing watching her move as she works to smooth the frosting. Can I help? Do you have any experience? With what? With baking? I don't know why I asked. She doesn't bother looking up, but it feels like she doesn't have to see the cake to decorate it. I bet she could do this in her sleep. Don't touch anything. Okay, I wanna look at the Cheeto.
Yeah.
Cheeto. Boop.
You seem really busy, are you sure?
Yes. Boop. I bet you're really busy though, are you sure? Babysitting takes longer than doing it myself.
Words
Let me
hurt,
just
Mason.
take this knife out of my heart. Come on, there's gotta be something I can help with. You did ask me to come back here for a reason, right? To save you from Reese. If you insist, just carry those boxes out. She gestures to a pile of collapsed cardboard boxes sitting by the kitchen door. They're all much wider than my arms can go around and about half my height. What the heck were they shipping in there? Horses? Roger! Out where, exactly? Out back. Throw them wherever. Okay, yeah! No problem, you can count on me.
I just gotta wait for these cars to drive by, though, because they're right out in the alley.
Hold up. Just waiting for the Sons of Anarchy to leave. No time for insignificant details like logistics or arm strength. I'm just gonna do it. I try to wrap my arms around the flattened boxes, but I was right. My fingertips barely touch either side. I can't just pick them up in my hands either. They're too thick to grab from the top. Maybe if I balance the boxes on my feet, like this, and maybe if I brace it with my hands, there. But now how do I walk out the door? I guess I could waddle? I start at a rough, sudden noise behind me. The cardboard slips from my hand and cascades to the floor in a floppy, boxy avalanche. Ah! The sound happens again. I turn around and, though Mason is facing away from me, I can see her shoulders shaking ever so slightly. Is she laughing? I mean, probably does look pretty pathetic. But I didn't think she would be the type to even know how to laugh. She seems like she'd get mad at me for goofing up. Use twine. Huh? Right there on the counter. Just wrap them. Oh. Yeah. Whoops, there's twine. Literally right there. With some effort, I collect the boxes again and then loop twine around them a few times.
Mason, I got this rope. Normally I use it for, I don't know what, shibari or whatever. It's there, if you want it to use it. It's there. There it is, right there, sitting there.
Yeah.
You and me, I don't know, maybe you want to help me out in the alley?
Just throwing it out there.
You could tie up anything. Boxes, cans, boxes, cans,
yeah,
whatever.
Just,
whatever you're into.
Look, I'm down for whatever. She's totally right. I just gotta grab this string and then drag him out. You look like you're gonna hang glide on those. Maybe if the wind picks up, I'll give it a shot. I look over and even Hayes is laughing a little. Though, when I shoot him a quick smile, he hurries back to the sink and resumes scrubbing with fervor. These two are tough customers. I bet they're not so bad once you get to know them. And I'm gonna do just that, maybe. Anything else I can lend these muscles to today? I've got plenty of muscle of my own. Oh, okay. Well, just let me know if you need any help.